lesson we're going to learn about the mechanic of the pairs, that is buying and selling of the currencies. What we mean by the buying and selling the currencies is how you go ahead and buy currency in an exchange to another currency, that is even the relative rate and the relative economy of the country. Now, buying and selling of the currencies, this is whereby you buy one currency in an exchange to another. You can't buy the currency of USD, that is US dollars, and buy the another US dollars. No, you buy the currency of this country and the currency, because the relative value of the currencies, it is totally different. You might see in USD, that is dollars, $1 is equals, let's say $1 is equals to 130 Kenyan shillings. Let me give in Kenyan shillings. This is the rate. You see, the euros, you see 1 pound is equals, let's say an example, it is 110 shillings. So this is the relative value. You see, these things too, they are relative. They don't look like they have the same price of the buying and selling of the currency. Now, buying and selling of the currencies, we have the euro and USD. You have to relate the two currencies together. You have to buy in an exchange. The foreign exchange means you have to exchange between the two currencies. You can't buy one currency. You have to exchange from another different currency. Let's say I'm in USA. I want to differentiate between the USA dollars and the euros. So in euros, I have to go and buy the euros because I'm in USA. I exchange the USA dollars to euros because I want to get the euros. In the other video, we studied about how you exchange things. If you want to travel maybe to another country, you want to spend your days there in another country, you have to buy the currency that is there so that you can operate in your services, that is buy things, spending on the food, restaurant, the shelter. So you have to buy the currency that is that country and you hold for the relative value. Going back to your country, those currencies might get higher, and when they get higher, you just hold, you sell the currency that you bought for that country, you sell them so that you are going to your country, the rate will be high. So you might you're getting home with a high percentage of the amount from your country that you expected. Now, Euro USD, this is where you buy USD. When you have euros, you buy the USD. It works like this. The euro, this is how Forex works. Euro USD. This is Forex. Euro USD. Because you exchange euros pound and USD. This is where you buy USD and then you sell euros. This is the relative value. Relative value means when you buy this USD and they cost 130 shillings, when you sell the USD to pound, the relative amount will be lower compared to US. Okay, this is how you do Forex. You have to do the relative value. You see the rate of the rate of the country, price of the currency. You see. Now, this is where the euro might be high, the USD might be high, and the euro might be low. So you might be doing, if you buy the USD at 130, you might spend a lot of money buying it. But when you sell the USD to euros, you have a very huge and a lot of money. That is how the Forex, that's buying of the foreign exchange, buying and exchange of foreign exchange or currencies. Are we together? Now, let us break down the concept. Simultaneous action. Forex, it is trading in the act of buying one currency while selling another at the same time. What does that mean? It is buying and selling. Now, when you participate in Forex, you participate in the people who do trade. Let's say an example. You have had the news of the crude oil in, let's say, in Turkey. The price of that oil, it is high. That is why you trade the high relative price of oil going high. You see, now if you predict the euro USD will be high in the next maybe like a month, the euro USD might be high. This is where now you predict I'm going to buy the USD in the next. No, I keep the USD in the next like 1 month. I'm going to sell them because the price and the relative price will be high of that currency. Now this is where you participate in Forex. Forex, it is an exchange of euro or exchange of currencies. This is what we say is the act of buying one currency while selling another at the exact same time. Okay. Now let us move to the second the quotation that the currency are never traded alone. They are quoted in pairs, e.g. euro USD, because this value is relative to the other. Now we get to that point. This is where the currency is never traded alone. You cannot trade the euro, you cannot trade the USD and the USD. It is not acceptable to trade the USD and the USD. So what you do, you trade with another currency, another different currency. You just pick maybe from USA, you pick the other one from this is the GP, or this is Japanese yen. Those are the two different countries that the rate of the currency or the price of the currency and the economy itself, it's very high. So you predict which one is high more than the other. So you choose now. You say when you buy USD, I'm predicting the USD you buy will be high. You see, when you predict these things will go down, now you sell. You sell the currency. That is why we say currency are never traded alone. They are quoted in pairs, e.g. euro USD, because you buy from the other. You predict this currency, I'm going to buy the euro stroke the USD. You see? Now, this we go to the exchange rate. This presents the relative price between the two different countries' currency. The rate fluctuates based on which side is stronger at any given point. Now, as I've told you, USD dollars is always stronger. It is almost, you will get there when you see the exotics of the trading the currencies, where you find the USD is the major currency traded in pairs compared to the others, because euro USD, the dollars are always high compared to other currencies in different countries, because the economy of this country is high and the rate of the currencies are high. Now the US dollars, they are always stronger. So that is why we pair them with the other countries' economies or currencies. You see, because you might even see euro USD stroke JPY, euro stroke USD. There is the other one, AUD. That is the Australian dollar stroke USD. So this is the major currency. It carries the stronger rate of the currencies. That is why you predict this one will go down. The euros will go high. The Japanese will go. Japanese yen or the euros or the US dollars, they go high, and the other currencies will go down. That is how you participate in trading of Forex, between the exchange of the currencies. Not exactly the goods, but the exchange of currencies from one country to the other. because you can't exchange the currencies at the same country. That is, you can't trade USD and the USD in America. You always trade the USD, that is dollars from America, and the Japanese yen. That is the how you do forex between different part of the country of the continent. Now the next, let us look at the next session. This one is the first chapter about the buying and selling of the currency. Now let us look at this part about the major and the liquidity. The second chapter on the buying and selling of the currencies. The major and the liquidity. The major, we are going to categorize the currencies to 3 categories. Now, the first category of the currencies, it has the major currency, major. There is the second one, we have the minor currencies, the minor currencies, and the third one is the exotics. Now we're going to specify now introduction of the major and liquidity. Now we will introduce. Okay, we usually have the majors. About what? The donor code. The major are the currency pair that always include the US dollars. And the major currencies that we trade in pairs, they consist of the USD dollars. An example of euro, it must include the USD. That is a major pair of the currency. Let's say even the JP, okay, the GBP, that is from British currency. It has the USD. This is a major currency. Now it is grouped into 3 according to how you trade those major currencies. Now, the major currency beginning in the first one, this is the euro. Now, these are the eight major currencies that are being grouped into pairs. Now, an example, this is the euro, this is the USD, this is the British dollar, this is the CHF, the Canadian dollars, this is the Canadian dollars, the NZD, then the New Zealand, that is the Australian. Now, when you see these all of them, the 8 of them, they are the currency that always include the US dollars. The second one, the big 7, well, there are 8 major currencies. There are only 7 pairs. Only 7 pairs that include the USD. Those are 7 major. These are 7 major pairs. 7 major pairs. These are 7, but they use the USD. Only 7 major pairs. Euros, the GBP, the JPY, CD, AUD. Those ones are the 8 that we always use the USD. And we have the Euro USD, JPY, Japanese yen, the British dollars, and the USA. We have the CHF, the USD CAD, USD Australia, New Zealand USD. Those are the 7 major currencies that are grouped into pairs with the USD. So are the major. That is why they are called the major currencies, because they include the USD. I told you the other time, US dollars is the biggest of all the USD dollars have. Now let us come to the liquidity. These pairs are the most liquid, meaning they have the highest volume of active traders and the most frequent price movement. Now, it means these are the currencies that people like trading most. People like exiting the market, entering the market. People like using them in terms of trade because they are very, very friendly. They have the very high rate of trading. The pairs are very relative. It have the high. Okay, you get it. When you trade the currency, exchange of currency and currency, you expect the relative of that amount to get high. Maybe that is why people like the exit and in of the trade. They are very, very friendly. In fact, many people like trading. That is why they are liquid. Each and every person will get like the euro. Let's say the euro stroke USD. This is the most liquid currencies of pair currencies that people have always recommended and trade always. Euro USD is the most. It has the high volume of people trading. Many people trade this one because it is kind of a friendly an exit of market, entry of market, it high, a friendly relative currency prices. Now you see, that is why it is called the liquidity of how people trade it. Okay. Now the second, this is the second chapter about the major and the liquidity. Now we're going to look at the third chapter. That chapter we see how the clauses, the minor and the clause, the exotics, those ones, and we get to the G10s and the others. Now this one is the second chapter. Now going to introduce you to the third chapter about the exotic, the clauses of the minors and majors. Yeah, like that one. And I hope you have understood this one. I'm going to take you step by step, each and every content for you to understand what is meant by Forex, how to trade it, and how to get the real money in the real world. Okay? This chapter, we're going to look at the clauses and the exotics. The clauses and exotics, they are... okay, let us look at the concept of the clauses. The clauses, these are the minor currencies. We talked about the last chapter about the major, the minor, and the exotics. And also, we're going to look at what does it mean by minor and major. We have talked about the major, so we're going to talk about the minor. So the minor, the clauses and exotics, here you look at this is Europe and Asia. Euro, JPY, GBP, and CHF. Now, let us look at this. Clauses minor. These are pairs consisting of two major pair currency that exclude the USD. The minor, we said they are those currencies that do not include the US dollars. Those currencies doesn't include the US dollars at all. So you might see the euro and the British, the euro and the Japanese yen, but without the USD, the major. You know, that is the major currency. So this minor doesn't include the other two pairs, but without that major USD. Now we just look at the euro. You know, there are the three minor currencies. One, there is the euro. Two, there is the Japanese yen. And three, there is the GBP, that is the British pound. Those are the three minor that are traded with the other currencies. They can be minor and minor. That is, between them, there are three of them. They can be traded with different other currencies. The three minor currencies without the USD. Second thing, the exotics. So we go to see what is exotics. This consists of one major currency paired with a currency from a developing market, e.g. US. Now, the exotics, these are the minor currencies that are traded in pairs with a developing country. What does that mean? You might see the developing countries, an example of Turkey, an example of Mexico, also Brazil is a developing countries. And these countries that are developing, they are not that minor or major in the trading of forex market. You see, the economy of that country is a bit lower compared to the growth of the other countries, that USA, maybe the America. It is a grown with a lot of economy and everything. The market of the trade in that country is high. Now, this is what I mean. Those are the developing small countries, and the economy of that country compared to United States, or the major currency, or the major relative, this major currency, it is totally different. Okay, this is the exotic. That is where you trade the you've seen the place with a currency from a developing country, e.g. the USD. Now you see the USD, you can decide to trade the US dollars, and then Brazil, US dollars with Mexico, US dollars with even Turkey. But let me tell you something. Those countries, the smaller countries, the people who have traded most, or the people who know, these countries, they are very rare. You see, if you, okay, it is not that easy. Though you said the liquidity of a trade, maybe you trade with the Euro, USD, that is not the case. This is not liquid. If you haven't mastered the techniques of trade, or the market of the trade, if it is going to rise or to fall, or how is the calendar. You know, these countries, the developing countries, it is very, very rare to understand the calendar of it. Now, you might, in such case, you might see, when you place a trade on, you want to trade those currencies of developing countries, don't have the idea of the calendar of all the event or the news. When you place, maybe you predict okay, in terms of the cost, it is very high. I can, let me just tell you, to be honest, that country, trading those countries, you see the spend, it is not fair. The cost is very high. Even the news themselves, you can't predict the news. If the currency will go, the relative currency price, that is it is going to rise or to fall, definitely you're going to lose a lot, because their data, it is not analytic. You can't predict the data of Brazil, Mexico, and the other small developing countries like Turkey. You cannot. But the big currencies, the USD, JP, these are guaranteed you can trade. You can learn the news. You can know tomorrow this is how the price will be of the currency. But those ones, I can't guarantee you to trade them. Now, you might see, now this is where we see the currency from developing country, USD or the Brazil. These are very high currency, and you are trying to buy with the pair of Brazil for Brazil, or South Africa, ZAR, South African pound. That one cannot make. You will just lose. That it is a kind of, this one we are tag of the pool of the two currencies. That is what the one currency pulling the other is pulling the other. You know that one, for the currencies like a euro and USD, those currencies, they compete at high rate, and the relative currency exchange of those relative currencies is a bit high. Now, when they pull, you see, maybe USD is going to get high, the euro is going to get down, the other is the next like an hour, and you can see at the calendar of the news. These things, they go by relative and they compete. These are the major currencies. Now, this one, you can't even know where to start, where to end. This one, the cost of it is high, the spreads, and the lot. These things, it is not guaranteed to trade. Okay, it is not bad, but you have to check the news first of these countries, these small countries. Okay, the risk and the cost, this is what we get to. I've taught you about the risk and the cost. Exotic are less liquid and high sensitive to political. Now, you can't predict them because they are high sensitive to political scandals or economy shift, often resulting in much higher transaction cost and spread. The same thing we have told you. In the cost and spread, these countries you can't predict, and you can't know the economy that is there, because you can't assess the political news about them. And because you have had the case of the oil in Turkey. The countries, okay, that country, is the oil is getting more high and high, which is affecting the standard of living in the current situation now in the different countries, because every country will use that oil, will consume the oil that is being produced in Turkey. But you see, the cost of it, because when you see, it is an emerging, this is an a political, we can say it is a scandalous economy shift, often resulting in mass transaction sensitive to political. These are the things are affecting the economy of the currencies in terms of the political, the economy itself. You see, now these things is hard to predict because the price is high, the cost is high, and the spreads are high. You can't even see in the direction the currency between, or the trade, the forex between those countries. Definitely, you're going to pull you down or to mess up. Okay, let us see about the next chapter. We're going to see a little of the G10s and the scandals. Let us be there and see what it takes by that. In this chapter, special groups and breaks, we're going to look at the country, special names, and the break. You know, the way the country codes the currencies according to the, let's say, like a nickname of the country. Let's say, okay, the concept of G10s and scandals. The G10 contains the 10 most heavily traded global currencies. This is scandals, refers to the crown currency, the stockies and nokis. Now, the scandals, the G10 special groups. Special groups of G10s, they are the USD, they are the most traded and the top currencies. These are the USD, the Euro, and JPY. These are the G10s. The G10 consists the 10 most every traded global currencies. So they are the biggest currencies traded. That is why they are called them. They are given the names. You can see the G10s. They are called them. They are called scandals. That is the global currency. Scandals refers to the crown currency. The stockies, nokins, and DK. Special currencies could be the USD, the Euro, and JPY. The scandals, this means they are the Denmark, Norway, and Sweden. BRICS, the major emerging economy of the countries. Those are the countries that are emerging in terms of population and that. Now you see the China, the South Africa, the Brazil, Russia, India. Those are the BRICS plus the countries that are emerging, major emerging countries. The CE group, this Central and Eastern Europe currency, these are the Hungarian forint. You know, the CE group include the Central Eastern Europe currencies. This is the currency nickname at Hungarian, that is HUF, and the Polish, Zayot, the PLN. We will research more on this about the how currencies are nicknamed according to their, maybe the way of emerging, the liquidity of it, how the FX click is working there. So you will do more research on that. I don't have to explain more about the nicknames and the way the countries are emerging. You will just see these are the Scandinavians, these are the Norways and the Denmark and also the Sweden. These are the nicknames of G10s. G10s consist of Scandis and BRICS. You all see well, eh? And the BRICS expansion originally based Brazil in the group expanded to BRICS and now include the members like Egypt. They included the members like Egypt and Iran and the UAE, representing over 54% of the population one's economy. Yet these are the emerging expansion. That is the BRICS plus, the Scandis and the BRICS plus. That is the G10s. The G10s. They are the special groups and the BRICS. Now I think we about the buying and selling of currencies and how we buy and sell the currencies. I am ending this topic here. Hoping to see you next time. We talk more about the next lesson. The next lesson, I will come with the more content on how to learn forex. Slow by slow, I'm going to train you little by little until you get to be the expert one. Now for this time, we're going to end our class there, and thank you for your time. I'm hoping this one helps you much and much. And you take a look, and from the first where we began what is Forex till this class, step by step, we follow up here and there till we get how to trade the candlesticks and lot of things here. And you will see more about the content in Forex. It is very deep. Not just wake up and say, today I'm going to trade Forex. Because people, the pressure would say, hey, people are trading Forex. No, this is how we go. We go by studying what is this we call Euro USD. What is currency that what is this Forex that I'm trading? Now we get to that point. Thank you for your time. I'm hoping you for the best time ever. And focus on these videos and we get well, we get far together, and we teach each other in this. Drop a comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you for your time.